Yeah, this is what we all gather. We come here and we read, we dig into God's word. We dig into God's word and we're cutting out all the chaos, the noise of this world, all the clickbait, static. We're going to war. Iran's going to nuke America. Russia's going to nuke Europe. We're going to the economy. Just the noise of the world. We shut it all out. And we dig into God's word. It doesn't get any better. It doesn't get any better. And once you start understanding that and you feel that in your heart and you believe that, your life changes. Your life changes. And that's all we do here. I know. We have a small family, but that's okay. It's still it's like a little private, personal Bible study between you and me and the Lord, right? And that's all that matters. If you're here watching right now, it's all that matters. You and me, and we're digging into Word and building that relationship with the Lord. So we are going through the book of Matthew. We just finished the Beatitudes on Monday and Wednesday, and today we're going to dig into chapter 8. You ready? So chapter 8, Jesus cleanses the leper. So, remember Wednesday we left off and it said that, and so it was when Jesus had ended these sayings, the teachings in those 3 chapters, that the people were astonished at his teaching, for he taught them as one having authority and not as the scribes. So, if you're a screenwriter, filmmaker, you say, cut, fade out, cut to chapter 8, verse 1. When he had come down from the mountain, great multitudes followed him, and behold, a leper came and worshipped him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, will you make me clean? Then Jesus put his hand on him and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleansed. And immediately his leprosy was cleansed. I mean, wow. Like I told you in this last, I had like 10 days, I had poison sumac and a toxic Avenger, swollen eyeball, and my whole face, neck, my arm was like just a pussy blood from scratching it. And I'm like, Lord, what are you doing on this one? I got tattoos on this one. Misery index. But if the Lord came and said, Lord, if willing, will you take away my poison sumac? And he said, wow. The misery index was 1,000. So I can only imagine a leper having leprosy. I mean, like we take it for granted. We don't have leprosy. Imagine having leprosy. Read it, study it, read it, think about it. If you had that, and then you've seen the Lord, and you're like, Lord, if you're willing. And he said, I'm willing. And it's gone. Wow. That's also, like a pastor or a priest, and he could do his little analogy and application and pondering and talking about we're all lepers and we're all sinners and the Lord is willing to take away our sin and go and all that. But here we're basically just reading the word. I give you my 2 cents here and there. Verse 4, Jesus said to him, see that you tell no one, but go your way, show yourself to the priest, and offer the gift that Moses commanded as a testimony to them. See, started his ministry, but it wasn't time to proclaim. He had to, keep this secret. There's an appointed day where he comes out and says, I am God. Or we'll get to that. Verse 5, now when Jesus had entered Capernaum, a centurion came to him, pleading with him, saying, Lord, my servant is lying at home paralyzed. So a Roman centurion, and he calls Jesus Lord. And this is the beginning of his ministry. He's lying at home paralyzed, dreadfully tormented. And Jesus said to him, I will come and heal him. And the centurion answered and said, Lord, I am not worthy that you should come under my roof. That's what all of us. We're not worthy. We are not worthy. But only speak a word and my servant will be healed. For I also am a man under authority, having soldiers under me. And I say to this one, go, and he goes. And to another, come, and he comes. And to my servant, do this, and he does it. When Jesus heard it, he marveled and said to those who followed, assuredly I say to you, I have not found such a great faith, not even in Israel. A Roman centurion. His faith was more than Israel, the scribes, the Pharisees, the Sadducees. He didn't say anything about the Essenes. I wonder why. And I say to you that many will come from east and west and sit down with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the kingdom of heaven. But the sons of the kingdom will be cast out into outer darkness. There will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. What? But the sons of the kingdom? Then Jesus said to the centurion, I'm talking about the kingdom. Kingdom what? The kingdom of Rome? I don't know. Anyways, let's continue. Then Jesus said to the centurion, go your way, and as you have believed, so let it be done for you. You believe in your heart. It's in your heart. That's where the justification comes. It's not by the works. Works is to make you and your flesh feel good. I mean, works is a byproduct of your faith, but if you're doing the works to make you feel good, then it's. Verse 14, now when Jesus had come into Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laying sick with a fever. So Peter was married, huh? I don't remember that, but Peter's house, he saw his wife's mother laying sick with a fever. So he touched her hand, and the fever left her, and she arose and served them. So you think it was like that simple, or was it dramatic, or what? Oh, okay, get up and start cooking tamales. I just said that because watching a Latina woman making homemade tamales. So good. Verse 16, when evening had come, they brought to him many who were demon-possessed, and he cast out the spirits with a word, and healed all who were sick, that it might be fulfilled which was spoken by Isaiah the prophet, saying, he himself took our infirmities and bore our sickness. You know, it's crazy. How do these people know these people are demon-possessed? It's like everybody there, it's like they know who's demon-possessed and who's not. I mean, if you look at our society today, I would say 40% of our society is demon-possessed. If you look at the fruits of their life and the craziness that's going on. These people knew. Somehow they knew, and they took them to Jesus, and Jesus was healing them all. So verse 18, and when Jesus saw great multitudes about him, he gave a command to depart to the other side. Then a certain scribe came and said to him, teacher, I will follow you wherever you go. And Jesus said to him, foxes have holes and birds in the air have nests, but the Son of Man has nowhere to lay his head. Then another of his disciples said to him, Lord, let me first go and bury my father. But Jesus said, follow me and let the dead bury their own dead. Today, man, I didn't do my videos last week, and my voice is shot. I'm out of practice. I'm not a talker. I'm a watcher. But so where was I on that? Oh, you find it today, all day long, every day. If you're walking the walk and talking the talk, and you come across people and you want to tell them about Jesus, give them the good news, right? Share the gospel with them, share them the good news. All day long. Let me go bury my father first, and then I'll come back. Whatever. Fill in the blank. Bury my father. Make that a blank and fill it in. Verse 23. Whatever they say to you, say, hey, let the dead bury the dead, brother. Today is the day. Time is short. Jesus is coming back. Watching their eyes go blank. Start running from you. Or they'll want to beat you up, one of the two. Verse 23. Now when he got into a boat, his disciples followed him, and suddenly a great tempest arose on the sea, so that the boat was covered with the waves, but he was asleep. Then his disciples came to him and awoke him, saying, Lord, save us, we are perishing. But he said to them, why are you fearful, O you of little faith? I mean, you think about it. You think about it. They're just new. They're following them. They're like, whoa, they're fishermen. They know what's going on. They're, whoa, we're gonna die. This is bad. And he's like, why you got little faith? But they didn't. I mean, at that point, they didn't realize, man, we're in the boat with the Son of God. Ain't nothing going to happen to the Son of God. He's God. Nothing's going to happen to him. He's like, why you got little faith, dude? Come on now. So, obviously he didn't say dude. That's my California vernacular. So then he arose and rebuked the winds and the sea, and there was a calm. So the men marveled, saying, who can this be that even the winds and the sea obey him? So see, they're following him, but they don't understand. And then they see this miracle. He controls the winds and the storms and the sea. And they're blown away. Verse 28, when he had come to the other side, to the country of the Gergesens, I don't know. There met him 2 demon-possessed men coming out of the tombs, exceedingly fierce, so that no one could pass that way. And suddenly they cried out, saying, what have we to do with you, Jesus, you Son of God? Have you come here to torment us before the time? The spiritual world is just as real as our physical world. And it's the world we can't see, but it's just as real. And these demons knew who Jesus was, and the spiritual realm, they know judgment's coming, and they know when it's coming. They know the signs of the times. They know the Bible. They know that their time is coming for judgment, but they knew it was early when Jesus was there. I'm like, what are you doing here, man? We still get to have torment and fun and get to punish and kill people and destroy people and control this area. Come on, let us be demons. What do they say? What does he say? In verse 30, it says, now a good way off from there. So he continues on. So now a good way off from there was a herd of many swine feeding. So the demons begged him, saying, if you cast us out, permit us to go away into the herd of swine. And he said to them, go. So when they had come out, they went into the herd of swine, and suddenly the whole herd of swine ran violently down the steep place into the sea and perished in the water. So animals can be possessed by demons. Then those who kept them fled, and they went away into the city and told everything, including what had happened to the demon-possessed men. And behold, the whole city came out to meet Jesus, and when they saw him, they begged him to depart from the region. So, I guess first, this Gergesens, where the area they went, I think it was a Jewish city or something. So, by their laws and their religion, they're not supposed to have pigs. So, the pigs shouldn't have been there. And then the people got upset because now they're like their money. They sold pigs probably, pig farmers or whatever, and that's how they made their money. And they're gone. The pigs are gone. And they're like, dude, please get out of here. You just took all of our food. But there was a point I wanted to make when I was reading this. What was I thinking? I was thinking something. I said, I was like, instead of saying I'll just read it all and go back and say it, I totally forgot. Horrible. So, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm all, it's fascinating. It's fascinating. Even, like even when I look at the things of the world today, and it's like, I look at the things that are obviously demonic and spiritually influenced by the fallen angels, this spiritual realm, this world, this war that's going on, the principalities and powers and these rulers of darkness and how they control things, and Satan is basically has dominion over the earth right now because Adam forfeited it in the Garden of Eden. And you look at like what was I reading the other day? I don't know. It was something like the world was allowing things to happen. And I was like, what do you expect, man? They're the spirit of the Antichrist. It's the world, man. They all love each other. They all, stroke each other or whatever. So, mine's a little bit too long. Man, it's bugging me because there was something I wanted to point out, and I totally forgot what I was going to point out. So it was like gone. I guess I wasn't supposed to say it. So, anyways, you know what's crazy? So there was two men possessed, and they were exceedingly fierce. That nobody can go by there, man. Like they control this area. You don't think there's areas like that today? You know, people that are, you know, there's like areas and places that mankind can't go because the men that control that area they're demon possessed. I mean, look at the evil going on, where like over in Europe, and it's a lot of us with the migration of all those Islamic, the Muslims that follow the Quran and believe in the moon god Allah, and men either submit or die. And you look at the evil they're doing. I mean, the news hides like crazy. I mean, the American media hides everything from us. So if you're just watching like the mainstream, lamestream news, Fox included, you are getting nothing. Nothing. They're spoon feeding you sugar, like cotton candy. The news, it's like they're itching ears. So they're itching ears of people, but it's cotton candy. It looks good and big. You eat it and it just dissolves and it's gone and it gives you diabetes. Whatever. But like you look at like over in Europe, I mean, these men are like literally it's crazy. Like the European governments are allowing the Muslims to have knives and swords because it's a part of their religion, but the men of their own country, their own fellow countrymen, can't have a gun, can't have a knife. I mean, I wouldn't doubt they're outlawing forks and spoons by now. But these men are allowed to have it because it's part of their religious, and then they're going around stabbing people. I mean, the thing of theirs, they go and find babies in carriages and they're just stabbing them and killing babies. I mean, it's like millions of things like that going on in the world daily, all day long, every day. I mean, the world is so corrupt and evil. And you start seeking and looking for this, like looking for the real news. This world is, I mean, it is dark and evil, and it's like, how much darker can it get? You look at it like, how much darker can it get, Lord? And we're getting ready to go beyond the shelf life of prophecy. I think we're that close. We are like almost beyond, like prophecy in the Bible has a shelf life. And you're starting to see things that are happening. It's like it's almost getting to the point where it's going to go beyond what God had told us about what's going to take place in the last days, prophecy-wise. So, I mean, I don't know. I think we're that close. So anyways, chapter 8, book of Matthew. I'm going to stop there. Friday, a little short and sweet one on Friday. But what is it? It's Friday, right? So what do we do on Fridays? We got this little weekend going on. If you're like, you have a normal Monday through Friday job. And, we put our phones down, we turn our TVs off, and we spend quality time with those who we love. Or, say you're alone, you have a dog. Actually, I think most dog lovers always spend quality time with their dogs. But anyways, spend some time with those that you love. Dinner, a simple walk. You don't have to spend no money. Actually, things that you do without spending money are usually the best things to do. But yeah, spend some time with your loved ones. Shut out all the chaos. Shut out all the noise. Turn it all off. And, remind each other of why and how much you love each other. How much each other means to each other. And why just go back and remember like when you first fell in love and just, relive it. It's a beautiful thing. And, if the Lord tarries, I'll see you guys back here on Monday. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.